good amount of capital coming into Bermuda. And I like that you've made it very clear that, Bermuda is more than just a low tax jurisdiction. So what else is the attraction there? And because we're also seeing a surge in terms of startup insurers coming to Bermuda.
That's true, Sean. There has been about $19 billion worth of new capital coming into Bermuda in 2020 and 2021. We call it our startups and our scale-ups. So our startups of new companies and new ABIR members with some very seasoned veteran executives who've been working for some of our previous companies and who may have semi-retired or moved on from those companies have been selected by the investors to lead those new companies. It's an exciting time, but also our existing legacy firms that have been known now as scale-ups, where a tremendous amount of new capital in those firms ready to be deployed. We talked about climate needs and resilience need. EIOPA just came out in the last 2 weeks with a report that the climate-related losses in the UK and the EU, if they're on the trajectory they are now, may double by the time of 2050. So there's certainly a need for more capital in our industry to deal with these natural catastrophes.
Yeah, absolutely. We've, obviously keep a large policyholder surplus that is there. And like we mentioned earlier, that's how the industry is paying attention to the change that's happening related to climate. One other trend, aside from capital coming into Bermuda, is actually we recently saw a U.S. carrier taking some interest in a Bermuda reinsurer. Do you think this is a trend or a sign of a growing interest from U.S. and other multinational insurers making investments in Bermuda?
Well, we are seeing the Bermuda market evolve. It's no longer just a market of Bermuda domestic companies. It's becoming a very strong market for international companies with a strong Bermuda platform. So either whether they're US companies or EU companies or UK companies, where they're adding another platform to their portfolios to write business and take advantage of the characteristics of the Bermuda market. Certainly the significant human capital. I say we have about 14 square blocks of our insurance reinsurance mile. That's probably the most dense in terms of talent in our industry of anywhere in the world. We certainly have an internationally recognized world-class regulator in the Bermuda Monetary Authority that's known for its responsiveness, for its agility, and certainly its expertise. And we're seeing people want to move quickly and speed to market. And so it's very important that they have a regulator they can count on and work with, and then move forward with addressing client needs. We also see a growing demand for what we call partner capital. So the ILS or alternative capital space, where some of our traditional insurers and reinsurers are taking advantage of that capital, but adding it to the rigor of their compliance and legal regulatory framework to make sure that they can meet clients' needs in a sophisticated transactions, business to business, and in taking advantage of that alternative capital.
That's great. No, it is. There's so much innovation happening as well, and it needs to be accelerated in the right way. We want to make sure, there's a lot of themes out there with regulators right now where, the potential layering that could be happening. And so good to hear that Bermuda is making things more efficient for insurers.